Hello, Robert Heffernan with EndoTech. This is Blockchain Vitals. It's our daily show talking cryptocurrencies, blockchain assets, assets in the matrix. I'm a master endo technician, firmly in the matrix while trading everything now. Please follow us on Twitter at EndoTech_IO, and you can follow me on Twitter at HFR from the floor. Although I'm not on the floor anymore, I spent 30 years there, and I know a thing or two about trading nuances, all right? And you know what? We're going to go to the chart first here because I want to share something with you. Let's go to the chart. All right, going to the chart, a little segment. When I find something that I find interesting, I talked about it last night, and here it is in Ethereum, and a lot of them look like this. And an engulfing candle is what we're talking about here. With that meltdown in early Sunday morning. And what does that actually mean fundamentally as far as market psychology is one thing. But the other thing that it means is you can see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 full days, and seventh being the second large leg up, fully engulfing that whole day also. So 7 days of action engulfed in that candle. And what that tells you, or should tell you, is that everybody that's long from all of that market action is now underwater. And, you know, it used to get real quiet in the pit when everybody was wrong and everybody starts looking at each other like, what are we supposed to do now? We all thought this was going higher. We all thought this was going to go test the weekly collar level. We all thought there was a ton of people coming into the market to take me out of my longs, and guess what? Now all of my longs are underwater. So it's very important to pay attention to the engulfing candle when it happens, because it's fairly bearish in that market psychology, one thing, but just the massive amount of trading that got people into long positions now, and then now the majority of them fully, all the 6 days before the candle and the big rally day, a lot of those, half of those positions are now negative, losing money. You got to pay attention. And that's why, you know, I will not marry a position that is not giving me indications of momentum, and I will be out and re-enter when momentum re-shows itself one way or the other. And that's just the way I've traded for 30 years. And believe me, what you might get chopped up a little bit here and there. You know, that's going to happen. But in volatile markets and markets that have volatility and momentum, there is no worse feeling than fighting that momentum. All right? Very important to keep in mind. All right, let's do the rounds, because there was one headline that I need to talk about, because this space, doing the rounds, first of all, a little segment we do every day where I get to talk about a headline or a tweet or something I'm seeing in the space. And this asset class is never going to materialize from a trading perspective long term, where I'm talking fund money, I'm talking big money coming in, until this situation is addressed. All right? You look at these exchanges and you look at the volume that they're posting, and it's obviously a sham and a scam. The article talks about BitThumb in Korea, South Korea, where 95% of the trading volume that they're displaying is bullshit. It's algos washing trades with each other. And so here's the problem with this. It's not only is it just, you know, it's not the Chicago way. It's just bullshit. But more importantly, than when people look at this and they think, wow, they're doing a lot of volume here, I could probably get involved and start moving some amount of assets in this class at that exchange, and then they transfer their money in and they tried to trade and they can't find any liquidity, because lo and behold, nobody's trading this stuff anyways. It's all smoke and mirrors. All right, and so I'm telling you right now, and here's what's going to happen. These exchanges are going to continue doing this BS, and then sooner or later, one of the big boys that's been around for 100 years trading real assets. Not that these assets are fake. I don't want to imply that, Warren Buffett. But, where real liquidity can be found, real tradable liquidity can be found, and all the rest of these exchanges are going to go away. Liquidity and actual tradable liquidity will be, at the end of the day, along with price, along with what are these trading, what are the fees in regards to these trading assets. Those two things, liquidity and fees, are going to rule the day, and these exchanges better find people that have real liquidity that want to trade, or they're going to just go by the wayside. That's all there is to it. You cannot say that you have all of this trading liquidity and then have bigger players come in and find out that they can't move anything, Anyway, big problem in the space, and it better be taken care of here, or what's going to happen. I just think the big guys are going to come in, Beckett's going to come in, and there's going to be real liquidity with real institutional players supplying markets, and the markets are going to be there. It's not smoke and mirrors. Anyway, let's take the vitals and talk about real price action. So a little bit of a fight back here today, but that engulfing situation is it's on people's minds. I guarantee you that. And I'm covering BNB again this week for the YouTube crowd to see what we talk about here on a daily basis. BNB now trading $9.95. Cannot muster up and get back into upmo on the daily. That's 10.55 for today. And sniffing out that center line on the daily. They had a fairly good candle going today, but they surely didn't close well. And for me, so important. What have you done for me lately? I talked about it on Friday about the weekly candle, and we needed to close strong on the week. We couldn't do it. We can't seem to change the potentiality, especially in that Bitcoin chart. But here with BNB now, 892, I still think is that's up momentum on the daily. 892. Now they went down and traded today, 938. So not quite there, but keep that level in mind. 892 weekly up momentum. We got expanding potentiality in BNB, but you need to hold that weekly up momentum level. If we close the week below 892, there's a lot of room to the downside here. In fact, the opposite momentum level on the weekly in BNB, $5.38. And so, that's nearly a halving of your asset value in this thing if it can't follow through. All right, so please mind the mo, and the last thing you want to do is marry your positions. We talked about that all the time on the trading floor, that marrying your positions was the quickest way that you could find yourself selling insurance instead of trading commodities. Anyway, I'm going to say goodbye to the YouTube crowd, and we're going to cover a few more of these. So see you later, YouTube.